Good morning. Got my backpack with me, and it's a little damp. It must have rained all night. It's dripping off the trees and all this morning, but I don't think I'm gonna need a tarp. But I'm going to cook breakfast. I finally made it up in the morning. Got all the blue jays and all the stuff. Wildlife makes more noise in the morning. That's why I enjoy it. But anyway, let's get down here and get to cooking. Have some fun. Do a little bushcraft. Let's go down there to that log that I used to use where all the pine beetles made the pines fall, and I had carved out just a little bit in one of them. That's a good place to cook breakfast. Have quiet time. Anyway, let's get down there and have some fun. Let's go. I've been wanting to make pine needle tea, so I'm gonna get some today. I keep forgetting it. I'm just gonna leave them on there. I'll take them off. These are young ones. I hope it doesn't make a difference. But these are 3-prong. I'm gonna look them up in a minute, but I'll figure out what type this is. But anyway, let's go make some tea and some breakfast. Okay, I got my pine needles. I like this new little bag that I've been using. It's got all my food in it. I got my eggs, jalapenos, bannock, and my weenie. I cooked a weenie the other day, but we're gonna cook one again today. Okay, but today, excuse me, all that coffee. I want to do something different. I always use that little Trangia set. Today I was thinking about cooking on this. I hadn't used this yet, so I'm thinking about using this. Yep, I think I will, just to use it. We're gonna set the pack over here. I have somewhere to set my stuff. I filled this up with fuel a while ago. There we go. I think that'll be good. I went and got some new fuel put in here, the heat. We boil some water for the pine needles, because I ain't never had that. We're gonna try it today. Whew. So you boil it, and then you put your, after you boil it, you put your pine needles in it. So we're gonna cut some pine needles up while that's boiling. Yeah, it's still going. That little thing works pretty good. So anyway, let's get some of these needles. I think that's probably going to be enough. We'll cut the heads off. And from what I read, you just put them in the hot water and then just drink it. So, whoop, got me a bunch cut up. Okay, let this get to it. Woo, it's boiling enough. Okay, you're supposed to just put these in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and put them in there while it's hot, and then I'll take it off and let it simmer. We'll cut my breakfast up on that in just a second. Where's my, oh, I got my fork over here, I can use it. Hope I got enough in there to turn it green. I'm gonna let it sit right there for a minute, and then we're gonna pour it over into that. But let's get the skillet ready. My old Carolina Crisp skillet. it balances on that as good as it does that Trangia oat food. See what we got here. We got a weenie. Oh, let's go ahead and just cook the bannock. Then I'll start cutting up the stuff while I'm doing that. Let's see. I put new oil in here yesterday. Made this batch up last night, and I remember to put the salt and pepper in it. This stuff is so good. I tell you what, it is. You can see the pepper in this. The thinner I get it, the quicker it cooks. So that's why I mash it out. Okay. Wish it would balance over here better. So I can cut up my stuff and y'all can see me. Let's cut this weenie up. It looks like Polish sausage sitting there like that. I ate it yesterday. It was pretty daggone good, but you can't hardly beat bologna and Spam. I got Spam too, if you know, but since Rhonda had these weenies in there, the kids, I cook the weenies these sometimes for lunch. They love them. You know, I don't know nobody that don't like weenies, but I got some tomatoes. Let's cut them up. Yesterday I put the tomatoes and all on there quick, but they ended up being pretty good. They softened up a lot. Okay. Of course, I got my jalapenos here, and I got some cheese. We'll cut it up there toward the end. But then I got an egg. We'll set these over here. That's good stuff. Here's my spatula. I really like this one. It's got a deer antler. You know, they look like pancakes, sorta, but if you keep cooking them, they're not. It's like it's just, to me, it's 100% bread. It ain't. I guess pancakes has got something sweet in them, maybe. Get that thing centered. All right, let's see if I can't pour this into my thing. I need to get I got a bandana to keep the pine needles out of it. I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to do it. I think you're supposed to drink it with the pine needles in it. Uh-oh, it's full already. Oh yeah, it's got a piney taste. That's alright. I always wanted to try it because I didn't know if it tastes like pine saw or if it would be good, but that's actually got a pretty good taste to it. So, whoop, 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 whoop. Drop some in my, pretty good. It's hot too. Pine needle tea. I bumped a cedar tree and some of the stuff fell off. Okay, I don't think this stove here cooks as fast as that other stove does. Let's see, put some more oil in there. And that's not even sizzling when I put the oil on it. Yeah, it is. There we go. Cut this cheese up. Let's see, jalapenos. Set our egg up here. You know I gotta have jalapenos. I'm gonna save that Spam. It cooked the heated the water a while ago, but it just didn't act like it cooks as fast. I don't know why. But we got bread. I don't even think it's done as much as I usually get it done. Well, that's better over there. Thanks for being down here with me today. The turkeys usually come up through here every day going up. I got a feeder up by my house. They go up there, you know. I got a feeder on the other side of the house that it's got cracked corn and stuff in it for birds, and the squirrels get in a little bit. And then I got whole corn in the one downhill, but the turkeys found the one up there with a cracked corn. But it hangs up on the tree, but the squirrels and the birds knock a lot out on the ground. So the turkeys has figured that out. So they're getting up there. There's a bunch of hens. The gobblers don't go up beside the house. They just come down here. I think there's 5 gobblers. And then there's, I don't know, 10 or 12 hens that come up here. Anyway, let's just cook. Yeah, I don't think this little stove, I don't know if it's just not getting enough air or what, but it doesn't seem to be cooking as good as that other stove that I got. That other one, stove, Carolina Chris gave it to me at the meet up in the mountains, and that thing's coming back up in May. That is awesome. Those guys that's up there, some of the most talented guys you'll ever meet, and they're all awesome. Ugly Tent, he's there. I ain't even gonna go on. Robert's there. Chuck, James, and of course the Kentucky Woodsman, Appalachian Outdoors. I know I'm missing a bunch of them, but there's just so many of them, and they're all just so cool guys. And then I got Raceway weekend coming up. As a matter of fact, this afternoon we're going to get wood. We got a whole bunch of kids from a different youth type ministry coming over to help us, and we're going to haul a bunch of the wood over to Keith's house. We always carry wood to the racetrack and give it away to people. It's just a good ministry. We cook for them and love on them and tell them about Jesus. I wish y'all was down here so y'all could eat with me. I don't know if I've talked to you since we did our camp out at DeSoto, but man, it was awesome. I got to meet a bunch of new friends. Danny. Whew. Danny's an awesome guy. He'd always commented on my YouTube channel, and but getting to meet him, he's an awesome guy. And you know, the other people that was all there, they're all great. And Todd, I got to meet Todd Gibson. You know, I watch all his Facebook posts where him and Leslie goes on all these adventures, floating the rivers down there in South Alabama and North Florida, right in there. And you know, I just always wanted to meet him. He's just a very knowledgeable guy, and man, he's just a hoot to be around too. His personality, he's just the kind of guy that you just love to be around. You know, and then Danny, he ended up giving me so much stuff. I mean, he's just a guy with a big old heart, kind of like me. He can't stand it. He has to give people stuff. But he's an awesome guy, and I'm glad I got to meet him and Todd and everybody else that was there. That Wilderness Skills Group's just a great guy. Danny and Johnny and Brian Boatwright and Johnny Spiegel, they're just great guys. So they're fixing to do an Etsy class. I think it's basic bushcraft, and it's just happened to, that's the race weekend for me, so I wasn't able to go with them. But if anybody likes that kind of stuff, Etsy puts that on, and it's an awesome class. And it's coming up, I think it's the end of April. But you can go to their website, Randall's Adventures, and look all that up. All right, let's put this egg in here real quick. And you ain't got nothing to crack it with. This is the way you crack it. Pretty good, ain't it? I'm getting better at this egg flipping. I'm gonna put all this cheese over here on top of all this. Let it be melting. Well, I got my egg cooking. Or to just scramble these eggs, but I like fried eggs. Plus, I like the challenge of flipping them because I'm not a good flipper. Uh-oh. But y'all can see, it's just not as hot as that other stove. I don't know if that other stove generates heat better or something. I don't know. When I first put that food in, it had a good sizzle though, didn't it? I love this skillet. It's just a little stiffer and it's kind of sharp on the tip. So. Oh well, it's gonna end up half scrambled, half fried. Get a little jalapeno over here in it and some cheese. Man, oh man, that's gonna be good. Look at this bread. Look at that. I don't even let it get through cooking. I'm supposed to give thanks, wasn't it? All right. I think I'm just gonna mix it up. All right. Never ate off a spatula like that. It's still coming up, but ooh, hot, hot, hot. Okay, man. I have got a beautiful meal here. I'm gonna lay this. The grill went out, so we'll lay my bread here. Look at this. Man, that is awesome. So, I got weenies again this morning, jalapenos and eggs. Cheese all over them. Look at that. Mmm. Mmm. A lot of y'all may not like that bread. I don't know why. You just get kind of hooked on something, and I just love it. Uh-oh. But I'm gonna keep eating this and then have my quiet time, y'all know. But I wish y'all was down here. There's a motorcycle or something. It's weird how them things can be so loud so far. But that cheese and tomatoes. I wished I had a bunch of those peppers and give it some color so I could keep up with Reuben and his fancy cooking. Well, it's the end of February, getting close. It's middle of February, so we're gonna be doing some fishing. I got my new tent up. Actually, believe it or not, they're saying we might get some snow next weekend. So I got me a new. What it was a hammock tent. It's a tarp tent, but it folds in and snaps on the ends, and got a place to put stakes around the bottom. Well, I took it to the house. I sewed some more loops to it in different places to get it a little more stability. You know, I used to buy all kind of old tent parts, you know, when I'd see them at these bargain bins where I, bought those knives and all at good deals. Well, I got a big old box of old tent poles and stuff with the bungees in them and stakes. Well, I took some of them and I've made the wall comes up like 2 foot and then slants in. So I made some tent poles to put in the ground to make it more square on the sides. And then I took it to my sewing machine and I actually sewed in a stove jack. And I actually sewed in a flap that goes over it when you're not using it, to cover it up so the rain will go over it. I've got to seam seal it, but I'm kind of proud of that. So I actually made my own hot tent. Because that old tarp thing I stayed in in that snow the other day, it wasn't very good. But I've got a stove that I made out of a ammo box, ammo can, an army ammo can. So anyway, I probably do a video doing that, and if it snows, that may be when I do it. But I finished up the tent pole things last night, working out my building. And so today my driveway's got in bad shape, all this rain. So I may get on a tractor and try to scrape some gravel around to fill up some potholes. My wife's driving through 40 potholes trying to get down to our house. We got a long driveway. It's probably 500 or 600 yards long. So, and it's just full of potholes right now because of all the rain. So I got to do that today. But anyway, I'm glad y'all are down here with me today. And maybe I'll have that video. Maybe we can do that hot tent video in a real hot tent this time. And all kind of stuff. Spring's coming, so we're gonna do some camping. We're gonna do some catching cooks down at the creek, down at the lake. We got that place at the river that we're working on right now. It's got a creek and all right there, so maybe we can do some some canoe camping and some catching cooks along that creek and along that mountain. That's just down there. I'm not familiar with it. There's a lot of rattlesnakes and water moccasins down there, so I got to be careful down there. But anyway, thanks for being down here with my video. And remember, I don't think this canteen, this comes with a canteen, and it worked fine, but it doesn't work as good as my other stove that I've been using. For some reason, it doesn't generate the heat up like that other one did. And I may be doing something wrong. I may be cooking upside down. I cook with it down because I thought, hey, that's where you add the wood, but you may be supposed to cook this way. So if anybody knows, should you cook on it like this, or do you cook on it like this? So somebody can comment and let me know which way, because I'm not familiar with that. I just like the way it goes on the bottom of the Canteen Cup, and you've got everything kind of combined. So I got to learn about that a little bit more. And my stove may be tilted a little bit, may not be burning as good, but something's different. But that other stove, it burns good right here. Anyway, thanks for being down here today, and I'm gonna have my quiet time and then go to the house. Thanks for watching. And I noticed on my thing, most of my views and stuff, people aren't even subscribers. So if you watch my videos, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And I promise I'll start making more cooking videos for y'all. Anyway, remember what I always say, keep God first. Creek Camper out. Thanks for watching. Remember what I always say, keep God first, Creek Camper out. Hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell.